It's the beginning of another weekend. Welcome to the show. I am Mariah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Hello, Mariam.
What's that on your shoulder?
We are ready for you. Mr. Musa said the group, don't try every full.
I wanted to try something tougher, but I did not want to be arrested because tempers are high in Nigeria.
Tempers are high.
Before you can slap.
Yes. Slap is good. How you doing?
I'm fine. It's another exciting new month. You know, I'm just hoping and praying that this new month will usher in like blessings. You know, all our hard work would pay off.
Amen.
You know, yes. So I'm just excited for the new month.
Amen. It's good. That's beautiful.
How you
I
doing?
like your outfit.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Oh, thank you.
Really,
Thank you very much.
Mostly beaded.
Thank
Nice.
you.
No, it's just so girly and pretty and, you know.
My
How
darling,
you doing,
what
though?
can we do?
You spotty.
Yeah.
Looking like I'm taking on the world.
As in, this is just my go-to when I'm not in the mood to dress up.
Yeah.
I'm just very
You have quite a bit of it.
Yeah,
like, so
very easy. I'll just pick, okay, which one, just pick one trainer
right?
and just move, you know. And I'm not ready to wear baka, I'm stressing myself. And you know, as you are getting, I'm now 17, you know, Miriam forced me to add 1 year to my
age.
I've been 16 for 5 years, according to her. I said, just please add one. So I'm now 17, and when you get older, sometimes you don't like stress. You know, this one I had to pack some things properly.
I don't pack anything. I didn't pack jack. I just put it right on, man. I can't even be
but I'm
bothered.
looking forward to the weekend. I'm looking forward to the weekend. We're going to have a lovely time. I'm looking forward to my trip. I'm looking forward to everything. I just have like a week to rest, unwind, eat, you know, drink, you know, put some fake tattoos, you know, just do things. I just want to be crazy for 1 week.
Have fun, girl.
You can't wait to see
will.
the pictures.
If they
I'm
will allow
telling
me
you.
to release, because the pictures, the kind of things I want to wear for the pictures, I don't know if they will allow me to
you to
release
post
some for you guys, because I would love to.
Let's
But
see
we in
the
the private
waters.
WhatsApp group, we should get it.
Yes.
maybe.
And let's see the waters, the ambience, the food.
I will.
I like those kind of pictures. It makes me happy. Pictures
Yeah.
of food,
Yeah.
the ambience. I mean, those kind of things. Just please do send that to us.
I will.
So,
And you?
unfortunately, my younger brother lost his mom yesterday.
Yeah,
really, really
he
sad.
said so.
Shani, my younger brother,
Sorry.
lost his mother. And really sad because my
That's
own
your
mom
stepmother?
no, not really. But yeah, she's within 7 months of my mom's death. So,
I mean, yes.
yeah, so I mean, for him, it's really like, what the heck? But you know, he's a man. He'll hold up properly.
And he has the support of his family.
Yes,
thank God.
yes. So, you know, but today is one of my bro's husband's birthday today, and we're going to Remo in Abel, in the Ogun State, to celebrate his 50th birthday. I'm trying to get, he's a chief. Oh, I can't even find. But it's all good. Happy birthday to Ite's husband. Many, many more years.
I've been to Remo a long time ago.
Yeah,
It was
I'm
a
not sure I've been there
coronation
before.
anniversary I went for. Yes.
It was cool.
Yeah.
I never sure. I'm not even sure. I don't travel so much. Prince Oludotun Green Adebo Atayeshe Agbaye. Yes, that's his name. It's his 50th birthday today, and I'll be attending by God's special grace.
Happy birthday
I'll
to
be
him.
there.
Happy
The
birthday.
name sounded like you murdered it.
No.
I was praying for you.
His name is Green Adebo. Yeah.
Green.
Green.
That's nice.
Green. All right, let's go on a break. When we
like
come
that.
back,
Yeah.
we go through the front pages of the paper. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Right, we're going to start with The Nation. Fears mount over 136 people on attacked Abuja-Kaduna train. Vaccine lab to be ready by September. 7 commissioners, chief of staff resign in Delta. How 223 billion U.S. consulates in Lagos will lift Nigerians. Government abducts customs official and 9 others in Kaduna. 300 days rainfall to pound Lagos this year, says Commissioner. And Oyetola upgrades College of Education, Ilesha, to university. Okay, which story are we starting with?
Okay, let me start with the major headline. So we're still talking on the ill-fated train, the Abuja-Kaduna train, you know, that was attacked. And we're hearing now from the MD of Nigerian Railway Corporation, Mr. Fidet Ohiria. He was on our show, but while speaking to journalists yesterday, he said that, first of all, he gave more details, but first of all, the this particular train had 9 coaches. It had a seat capacity of 840. He said that about 398 passengers purchased the tickets, but only 362 actually boarded. According to him, since the sad incident, they have been making calls and they have reached 123 people who have assured them that they are safe. But the remaining 136, they're still trying to get in touch with them. They have talked to 17 families who confirmed that, who said that they actually bought tickets for people that were on the train. And they've also heard from 5 families who say that they have received calls from the kidnappers, asking, talking to them, confirmed the number of those who have been injured in hospital as 41, and the number of deaths, as we had said last time, to be 8. And, he just says these are the actual factual figures. Any other figures out there is not true. And then, so they're working on it to, find that things are done properly. But the police in Kaduna State also said that they had to detonate an IED. They were called, they were called by members of the public. They had seen something suspicious, and they went and were able to detonate it without getting any without casualties.
Yeah, so let me take the vaccine. Yeah, so Nigeria's human vaccine laboratory in Lagos State will be ready between June and September this year, according to the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, that's NAFDAC. And they said they're also trying to minimize efforts to reduce to the barest minimum 15% of fake substandard drugs that are parading in the country. They mentioned this during, there was a time they were launching the 73 new vehicles that were just acquired by the agency, and they said now Nigeria can manufacture their own vaccines, and they have gotten a certification called Maturity Level 3, which prepares them for these vaccinations that people can manufacture. And they said, we are a regulatory agency, and so we are not the ones who are going to be manufacturing these vaccines, but companies that are into it can make use of the laboratories to manufacture it. It's going to be situated in Oshodi, in Lagos State.
All right.
Hopefully.
So United States government will flag off 223 billion naira consulate in Lagos State at the Eco-Atlantic City, Victoria Island. It's going to be the largest U.S. consulate in the world. And this is,
Okay.
I think to yourself, okay, what do you want? If you're going to be building your largest in Nigeria, what do you want? It's never for free. What do you want? But it's interesting because the complex will pump about $95 million into the Lagos State economy, and they'll be hiring about 2,500 Nigerian engineers, artisans, architects, construction, and administrative workers to be involved in this construction. Of course, our governor was quite excited and was saying that this is a great opportunity for Lagos State government because of what's going to do to the economy. There was another thing that was really interesting about this groundbreaking announcement. It said it will also strengthen the bilateral relationship between both countries. And we're thinking, let us know exactly what this means. So,
money is answer to many things.
So you think to yourself, okay, other countries, who has the current largest U.S. consulate in their country, and what benefit is it to their economy, to their own? I'm just saying, who has it now that we're the biggest now? Who has it currently, and what's the benefit of this relationship? We'll see. Anyway,
I would have said something concerning that one, but let me keep my. But let me take a quick story. So bandits on Wednesday.
Still on Punch?
Yes, Nation quickly.
Okay.
On Wednesday night, invaded the Kofagayan low-cost housing estate in Zaria local government area of Kaduna State and kidnapped a customs officer, Muawiya Gambo, and his son, Samaila Muawiya. And they said they trailed them from their family house and got to their door and then kidnapped them. They've tried to kidnap this particular people 6 months ago, but they were not successful. They ended up kidnapping another custom officer and his wife and demanded about 15 million ransom before they were released. So they said they got in about 8:30 p.m. and operated for about 30 minutes. And on their way out, they kidnapped 4 other persons in that same environment. This is becoming
one too many. Moving on quickly to the Punch. Kaduna reign of terror. Terrorists kill 7 soldiers. NAF rains bombs on forests. Oyo gets NAF base. Makinde boosts construction with 500 million naira. Caretaker lures Lagos police students into cult. Victims flee school over threats. Businessman pressure Osinbajo to join presidential race, getting impatient. Ramadan, look out for New Moon Friday, NSCIA tells Muslims. Soldier crying for help in viral video, absconded in battle, says army. Oh. Cash trap states grown, widen tax net, begin aggressive revenue generation. It's never easy being a soldier, you know? It's there's a lot of emotional...
Then he should just resign now. Doesn't need to abscond.
Okay, let's find which story are we starting with?
Yes, so 2 undergraduates in the Lagos State Polytechnic Ikorodu have abandoned their studies after suspected members of the Air Confraternity allegedly initiated them into a cult. So according to their story, they said they were with their friends in the, walking into the compound that day, and then they saw their caretaker who wanted to greet them with some boys. Because they recognized him, they paid attention to him, and then he took them inside. With these boys, they took them to another room where they had to start beating them, spat, took alcohol. There was an elderly man inside the room who conducted the initiation, beat them up seriously, spat alcohol into their eyes, gave them something to chew, and then told them that they have, been initiated into this cult. And for any time that they hear all bets must fly, they must be out for their cult activities. And so they must not tell anybody. If anybody hears about this, they are going to kill them. So the boys ran home, packed their things and ran home immediately and reported to their parents. The parents have tried to reach out to the school, but they're asking, so they first of all tried to reach out to the caretaker who denied everything and was asking them to come to school to see him. So they refused, said it has happened before where a parent and the child went to school and they killed them and nothing was done. So they've tried to report to the school. The school is slow in responding, saying that they need to come to see, this department that they need to see and make reports, and they also need to go to the police. So I don't know why the parents haven't gone to the police with this matter, but I think they need to, and proper investigation has to be done.
Yeah,
all right.
So there's a group of people, they call themselves the businessmen for Osinbajo, and they're supporters of the vice president, and they're asking him to please take the bull by the horns and make an official declaration to contest for presidency in 2023. They say that they are running, millions of them who are supporters of the vice president running for office are getting impatient, and is leaving room for people to come up with different kinds of fake stories about his declaration for presidency and not, And they said they've raised about 97 million budgeted. The organization has budgeted 97 million to purchase the nomination form for the vice president. They're also asking the president to back up Osinbajo because he's shown himself to be a worthy candidate. That when he had his short stint as acting president, he proved himself. And so these are the supporters of the vice president asking him to.
Okay, still on the Kaduna reign of terror, the issue that happened, the update concerning the side of the army is that they have given outright approval for the Super Tucano aircraft to be used at the northwest, albeit the collateral damage that might actually be incurred. Now, what they said there was a combined team of soldiers, operatives of the DSS, and the police have been deployed to Kaduna to fish out these abductors of the terrorists. They're worried about the Tucano jets because of the collateral damages. Some of Nigerians have been kidnapped. Yeah. And if they deploy these things, there's a possibility that it will affect these kidnapped. So they're a bit reluctant, but right now they are left with no choice but to actually deploy because they need to hit them at the base, which is in the forest, and that's what they plan to do. I just hope that somehow they're able to rescue these innocent Nigerians who were just minding their own business and were taken away by these abductors.
Yes, I don't know if you saw the viral video that's about the soldier who
was
crying.
What happened
I didn't see it. So according to a statement by the soldiers, they said there was this viral video that a soldier was crying, saying that he was abandoned by his colleague, that it's a lie. He was the one who ran away from, registering. They were trying to be deployed.
He went AWOL.
Yes, Guarara, Niger State, and he's the one that disappeared. So that viral video where he was crying for help, that his colleague abandoned him, was just like a cover-up, that was an act of cowardice.
Let's go on a break. We'll come back, we'll continue with the review. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TV TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to move on to The Guardian. Kaduna train attack, security threats rising, need new strategy, says Niger president. Resign if you can't unmask killers of Nigerians, TUC tells Buhari. Tribunal restrains multi-choice from increasing DSTV and GOTV subscription. Telcos issue 7-day warning, plan discriminatory pricing in hostile states. Okay?
Yeah, so the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, are asking the president, Muhammadu Buhari, to resign if he could not fish out killers of his Secretary General, Musa Lawal Uzigi, and Kwara State Chairman of the body, Akin Akinshola, and other innocent Nigerians that were killed in the Monday Abuja-Kaduna train bombing. And he says that they should not try as much as possible to sweep this under the carpet, or else it will require that they take action against the president, saying that this has been like the lowest. After 4 days of this incident, till now, no perpetrator has been brought to book, nobody has been caught, nothing has been done, and it should not be hidden in any way. The president's job, first of all, is to protect the lives and property of his citizens, and it has failed woefully. And so they are calling on civil societies to, join this clarion call to ensure that the president does what is meant to do. Yeah. And they're asking everyone among the civil societies and other organizations to try as much as possible to wear this black handband to mark their displeasure of all the insecurity issues we're having.
Okay. So the telecommunications firms under the aegis of what they call the Association of Licensed Telecoms Operators of Nigeria, ALTON, they are given a 7-day warning, and they have appealed to the federal government to urgently intervene on the challenges plaguing the sector. So some of the challenges that they are facing right now is they said seizure of cellular sites by some state governments, which is degrading the quality of service in Abuja and environs, other states bordering and Kogi State, the high cost of diesel, lack of safety for their telecoms workers. And so because of these challenges, they are looking into what they call discriminatory tariffs. So areas where they are on, favorable and do not allow for telecommunication operators to go about their business safely, would have maybe different kinds of tariff, you know, as sanctions, as punishment for their behavior. And they're really just asking the government, especially with the Kogi State issue, which I took a few days ago, where, you know, they have shut down some of their sites. And they're saying that this would definitely lead to like a communications blackout in some parts of Abuja and many of the other states surrounding Kogi State.
Okay. So one more story in The Guardian. So a 3-member tribunal presided by Thomas Okosun gave the order following an ex parte motion that was raised by Mr. Festus Onifado, a legal practitioner, on behalf of the consumer coalitions. They were saying that they have restricted multi-choice or restrained multi-choice from increasing their tariff and cost of services and products that was scheduled to begin today. If you recall, multi-choice was supposed to increase their cost. I'm not sure why they are getting involved, because let private sector do what they need to do. But I mean, but at the same time, I don't know why, but obviously they're worried that Nigerians are currently, the economic challenges in Nigeria is going to be so difficult that people are not able to pay this increase in tariff. However, they're asking that the tribunal, they've asked them to stop them from increasing, which is supposed to start today.
But the same challenges that regular Nigerians have are the same challenges that businesses are having.
So I don't know how we can tell a businessman not to.
Not to charge.
Okay, moving on quickly to Daily Sun. UK warns against travels to 7 northern states. Reps furious over spate of attacks, killings. Southeast leaders roar, insist on producing Buhari's successor. Reps direct CAC jam orders to remit 195 billion naira to government coffers, and Soludo mourns as gunmen wreak havoc. Which story are we starting?
The United Kingdom is advising against traveling to 7 northern states. They called the states to be Borno, Yobe, Adamawa, Gombe, Kaduna, Katsina, and Zamfara, saying that there's a lot of kidnapping that goes on in those areas. Most of the transportation areas, especially crowded areas, religious places, churches, mosques, you see train and roads as well, that they have a lot of kidnapping activities. And I think the warning, though they didn't specify, but I think the warning is for their own people who are probably posted in some of those states. And they're saying that you need to be very careful. If you have to go to that one of those states that have been mentioned, you must go with security officials that are strong enough to, you know, protect you to and fro those areas. And I said this is the dry season is coming very soon, and with the dry season, there's a lot of kidnapping activities because those people have a clear place to move around. So people who are working with them need to be very, very careful.
I understand, because my mom and my aunt were supposed to be traveling to Taraba. I have family there, and they couldn't make that trip because, you know, everyone just advised this is not the right time to be traveling around.
Okay, I was going to take the story on the Southeast, still insisting on political parties zoning presidency to them. According to there was an organization, Ahemefuna Social Culture Organization, had a meeting yesterday, and they were still appealing and lobbying that 2 major parties zone their presidential tickets to the Southeast. They said the zone had the candidates with the capacity and patriotism and the passion to lead Nigeria. According to them, the Southeast has suffered monumental marginalization of the zone since after the Civil War. The marginalization has reached new levels in the last 7 years. The Southeast leaders noted that Nigeria has a zoning rotational culture, and they should ensure, they are appealing to the APC and the PDP to ensure that they zone the presidential ticket to the Southeast.
Yeah, so the governor of Anambra State, Governor Soludo, they said he's mourning and really sad about the gunmen who had attacked yesterday at 12:30 a.m. the headquarters of Nnewi South Local Government area in Upo, and they killed 1 unarmed security man and also set the local government secretariat on fire. And then they are saying that this is more than 2 weeks after government set operational vehicle of Uto community vigilantes and their offices in the same local government ablaze, which is also 4 weeks about 4 weeks after government raided some communities in the same Nnewi South local government, particularly Ezinator town, and disarmed the vigilantes. So, you know, this is our story continuously. So the new governor has said that, you know, has charged the police to make sure that they find these people. And when he went to where this has happened, he says the sad thing is that resources that's supposed to go into providing essentials services for the Anambra people will have to be used in replacing these sort of things. But he's assuring them that he'll do all his best with the police to make sure that these people are arrested.
Okay, moving on quickly to Vanguard. After the train attack, Army repels invasion of Abuja by terrorists. Kaduna, blessed with formidable military presence, but battered by bandits. We never selected RCCG Pastor Gandhi as new Shaun, says the Lauye ruling house. Indigenes flee as gunmen attack local government headquarters in Anambra. Inauguration slap. Mrs. Obiano apologizes to Soludo. 2023 presidency, IBB welcomes consensus candidates for PDP. My teacher drove me to hotel, raped, threatened to kill me, says 15-year-old girl.
Look at that.
We can't continue to approve 4 trillion naira for fuel subsidy. Yes, which story? Let's start
The
with
human interest story. So a 15-year-old student of Government Technical College, Ikorodu, they didn't mention her name, revealed how one of her teachers, Adefemi Adewumi, allegedly raped her in a hotel in the area and threatened to kill her if she told anyone. So on this particular day, she was going to school, trekking to school, and then the teacher stopped by. He had a car and asked to drop her off. And so she entered, trusting, I know this teacher, we are going to school. Then the guy took a detour and just entered into one hotel and took her into the hotel room and forcefully raped her. And after that, threatened her that if you tell anybody, I'm going to kill you. So immediately the girl got home. She reported to her mother, and they've taken the matter to the police station. On another hand, a woman also went to the police station to report her husband, a 38-year-old Wenzi John, for allegedly molesting his sister-in-law, which that has been living with them. That one is 14 years old in their Ikorodu apartment. So since November last year, he has been sleeping with this girl till February. Christ. And so the girl was tired of, collecting the molesting, and so reported to the sister, and they've taken the matter to the police station.
Child.
I hope that's...
Yeah, so the House of Reps yesterday have said that they cannot continue to approve 4 trillion naira annually for fuel subsidy when our economy is in dire straits. We say it all the time. So the chairman of an ad hoc committee investigating the state of the nation's refineries, his name is Ganiyu Johnson. First of all, there was supposed to be a meeting with other stakeholders, but NNPC didn't show up and other operators of refineries didn't show up. So first of all, give them a stern warning. The next time we're having this meeting, you don't show up, we'll take parliamentary action against you. And we cannot sit down every year and then be signing up 400 trillion when we can use that money for better, developmental projects for Nigerian people, that we need to find how these refineries will work. And that's what he's charged them with.
All right.
Thinking this, we hope this one will make a difference.
So Mrs. Ebele Chukwu Obiano has apologized. Hopefully after this apology, we can put this matter to rest. She has said that she's also declaring her intention to contest with Anambra North Senatorial District in 2023. She said that people have attested to her humanity, her service to people, sharing love, putting smiles on sad faces, and her priority has been the will of God. And and she's a peaceful person. Violence has never been part of her character. And she remains grateful to the several elder statesmen, friends, and associates who have also come to her to give her good counsel. She has apologized to the governor, saying that, listen, I shouldn't have done this, especially. And between her and Mrs. Bianca, she said that, let me see what she's, the day of the inauguration, but the point is that she's sorry and she regrets all that happened. It was an unfortunate incident. So let's put this matter to rest.
Yes. Yeah, no comments.
Let the woman run the election in peace, please. Okay, our final paper for this morning is the Nigerian Tribune. Let's find a story of not taking patronage drops on Lagos-Ibadan train route. Consensus agreement, Saraki Tamboa Bala meets with IBB. Court freezes ex-NNPC GMD Andrew Yakubu of the $9.8 million fraud charge. Lekki Toll Plaza, Lagos government LCC engaged stakeholders seek understanding. EFCC arrests 80 suspected internet fraudsters in Ibadan, 40 in Enugu. And bandits evade housing estate in Kaduna, kidnapped customs officer, son, and 4 others. Stories?
Yes, so EFCC, the Ibadan Zonal Command, have arrested 80 suspects for alleged internet-related activities in Ibadan. And in Enugu State, they arrested, I think, Okay, I can't find. In Enugu, another 40 other suspects in Enugu State. And some of the things that they found on them were exotic cars, motorbikes, mobile phones, laptops of different brands. And yes, just that the EFCC is keeping an eye on people who are, carrying out what they call internet-related offenses.
Where are they going to keep this whole 80? Do we have space in our correctional or jails or facilities?
Anyways, so the Lekki tollgate matter, many of you know that they had planned to reopen today, but the update is that they are still engaging stakeholders. So the Commissioner for Information, alongside other stakeholders, had a meeting yesterday appealing to residents, especially the Lekki Estate Residents and Stakeholders Association, saying that their obligations, their financial obligations, both locally and internationally for these companies, a private company that also have employed Nigerian citizens, and they have a lot of obligations that they need to reopen. And they said that all the terms that they have provided before they can reopen will be taken care of and adhered to. So they're also appealing to the residents to understand that there's absolute need. It's a matter of showing some compassion for people who have one thing or the other to do with this company. So there are lots of people, stakeholders, who are also connected to this company. So they're asking the residents in that entire region to be considerate of the fact that these toll gates must be reopened so that business can move on as usual.
Yeah, so passengers are beginning to avoid the Lagos-Ibadan train following what's just happened recently with the Abuja-Kaduna bombing that happened. And so according to some passengers who were supposed to be boarding the train, they said they had to divert going on the train to using their buses because, first of all, they've heard from the minister that the equipment that are needed to monitor the security has not even been procured. So it will be putting their lives at risk. And, if it can happen in Abuja to Kaduna, there's nothing stopping it from happening, Lagos, Ibadan. Right. And, but however, the Nigerian Rail Corporation, NRC, is saying that it's not because of what happened. It's just because they are not marketing enough. They are not, letting people understand that they have those services. And that's why people are not, patronizing.
That's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we come back, we want our hot topic of the day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Check this out.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC Communications story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it. Come closer. Thanks for staying with us. So, it's Friday. We like to have those nice feel-good Friday topics, but we saw a story on social media that caught our attention. It was about taking permission. So there was a Twitter writer that was saying something about the fact that is it right for a wife to request permission, to take permission from her husband before she's able to go out or do certain things. And there was an argument back and forth. Others were saying that all she needs to do is inform. Some were saying there's a difference between informing and taking permission. Some were saying you have to take permission. What are your thoughts? I mean, it's one of those nice Friday topics, but what do you think about it? You can call us on 08127053687. 09139076948. You can also tweet us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweet. Informing or taking permission? Nima. I said Nima. Mariam.
I don't know about taking permission. I know about, informing and also being accountable to each other. So
don't change the nomenclature. Permission is what we are saying.
Okay, that's what I said. Permission does not work for me. I don't think we don't take permission from each other as adults, but we tell each other what our plans are, and then whatever plans we have, we need to be accountable to the other person. If I'm going out at a certain time, I should be able to say where I'm going and for what or when I'll be back, so that person just knows where I am, but not necessarily permission. Sir, Daddy, please, can I go to Mariah's house for the weekend? I mean, no. Permission is what kids ask of their parents, what younger people, but not spouses. We talk about things and then we'll see how it works for us. And then if compromises need to be made, and sometimes you ask for, you would tell your spouse about something you're willing to do, and they may not be for it, but they also understand that you as an adult, it lies on you to take make the final decision concerning, okay, you want to do this, I don't feel comfortable about this, this is how I feel about it, But, you know, you're an adult. You do what you need to do. And you also understand that there are consequences and whatever it is associated with whatever decision that you have to make. But to say to ask for permission, I don't think it's what adults ask for.
Okay, but there's sometimes we say it loosely, I usually your husband will allow you to do this. Actually, your husband will allow you. You know, these are, so so it still goes back to, when you say he will not allow you, that's permission. That's like, go and ask him to get his permission.
There are a lot of things you want to do that your husband will not allow you to do. What will you do?
So that's permission. You need to take permission. So you agree that...
For me, so I wouldn't like to call it that, but it is what it is. I take permission from my husband. He takes permission from me as well. So if I have to do something, and there are some things that are not very, that we really don't need to sit down and discuss, that I can just say, hey, I'm stopping by at Miriam's after the show. Just want to spend time with her. I'll come back later in the evening. I'm not going to ask, should I stop by? Those are easy things. I'm just telling him, I'm informing him, because they are easy things. But I can't just wake up and say, I have this shoot I want to do, this project I want to do, and I'm taking so and so amount from that account, and I'm moving. I have to take permission for it. I have to discuss with him. Should I do this now? Where should I take the money from? And he's like, no, we don't have to do this right now. We have to talk about it later. Or you're not doing this. You have spent money. I've not seen it. You know. So they are depending on the gravity of the issue. For those little excuses, little stepping out. If I have to go to your house now to spend the whole weekend, I have to take permission. I can't just say, pack my bag and say, I'm leaving.
See you next week.
Yeah, see you next week. I'll be at Mariah's, just have a girls' time and all of that. I have to take permission. And he can say, no, you're not going this weekend. No, I don't want you to go. I don't like Mariah. I don't want you to go.
That's the permission part.
That's permission. So at the end of the day, one way or the other, some of us, let me not generalize, will have to take permission because of the nature of the person we are in.
But if you're in that shoes,
relationship with.
You want to just spend the whole weekend in Mariah's house.
You just come to my
Wouldn't you just take permission like, I want to go for a
So
whole
that's
weekend?
why I said it's not permission that I take. I'm
looking for a synonym.
I've seen the permission here.
The action of officially allowing someone to do a particular thing, consent or authorization.
Yeah, that's permission. I'm authorizing you to go to Mariah's house for the weekend.
No, we don't authorize.
But you can't just say you leave. You have kids in the house. You can't just say I'm up and gone.
Well, now you're putting it in context, and it's still not about permission. As I said earlier, it's still about just informing the other person of what you're planning to do, and then you talk about how everything else factors into that particular decision, and you understand the consequences of going ahead with that decision and the benefits of it. So it's still not permission, because permission will be, I determine yes or no whether you do anything. Full stop.
No, I always tell you,
that's permission. That is authorization. I've come to you, I want to do this. I determine yes or no. Simple.
That's permission.
No conversation. That's permission. But that is not what we do.
Okay, so,
what we have is we are accountable to each other. We ask of each other what we're going to do, and accountable in such a way that we look at everything and how it would play out concerning that decision. But in the end, the decision of yes or no, it lies with me. It is not on the other person. And that's why sometimes, even remember the joke I was telling, the story I gave you about the sauce that my husband buys and keeps in the house. And when we talk about some of the things that we should eat or how we should eat, in the end, he will say to me, after a while, he will say, see, I'm not your child. Your children, you can do this with. You can determine yes or no what they eat, what they don't. I'm an adult. I will make that decision for myself. Whatever the consequences are, I will bear them. So that is not taking permission. That is understanding we're accountable to each other. But I know that in the end, I make that decision for myself.
May I ask a question quickly? Have you ever said you wanted to do something and he wasn't comfortable with it and says no?
Yeah, absolutely.
But he has to reason with you.
In the end,
but leave reason. Do you now change your mind and
not just because he doesn't like you, but because I put everything else into consideration. So it still remains my prerogative, it still remains on me to decide whether I'll go ahead with it or not.
After he has said he doesn't like it.
Yes, okay. So there must be a reason. It's not just a no.
No. Even those people who you take permission from, they don't just say no.
There is a So for example,
for so and so reason, I'm not comfortable with this thing. I'm not. Let
me use my own story as an example. Before marriage, I used to travel. I'll go to Dubai, I go to the UK. Yes, I couldn't go to the US, but I love to travel. And when I got married, my husband said, this is your gallivanting. Let us stop. Because we're trying to build a family. We're trying to raise kids. No more traveling. So since I've been married to Brown for like 11 years or so, I've not traveled out of this country. And it's because he's just just feels like Mariah. Now he's gradually warming up to the fact that, okay, that's it. But people have offered me to travel. He's like, no, you can't go anywhere. Because in his own mind, he's like, we don't have the resources now. We are trying to buy a house. Then we're putting money together. Don't travel, because if you travel, you're going to be using our expenses, our funds, our resources.
So let me tell you the difference with that. What you've just said. Let me see if I can separate both. So he says that to you, and you say to him, you know, I have the resources to go by myself, and you go. And it's not a problem because he knows it's not a permission issue. It's because we were talking about resources to go, and now we found the resources for her to go, and she can go. Permission is, I don't care even if you got these resources, you're going nowhere.
Because even if I left, if I travel, I choose to agree. Because if I insist that I'm going, he won't put a gun to my head and say you're not going anywhere. So I hear you. But let me take okay, I thought I had a comment here. But you see, the argument on social media is that modern families, you know, people, when I say modern, younger people are getting married today, and they are struggling. And their spouse says, no, you cannot do this. And they find it so wrong and totally out of place to be told no. But are we also trying to help them understand that this is part of marriage? Sometimes you get a no. It doesn't mean that you are being controlled, but you are also negotiating, or you're also giving and taking. You're also sacrificing what you want for the greater good, or for the family needs.
It's about using wisdom. There is nothing I have wanted to do that I have not done.
Yeah.
Even when I get, because for me the no's are just, you want me to market it to you. You want me to, you know, go back to the drawing board and write my proposal properly and prove to you that I can do it. And what I do in those, you know, cases where I get a no, not like I get an outright no, of course not, but you're like, now, do you think we can do this now, and all those things. And for me, that one is a no. I go back and wait another time, give myself time. So let me give you an instance. My husband never wanted me to get into acting. I've always loved to act. I started acting at 16. But, you know, when we started dating, it was like, every other thing, you know. But you see this acting, one of the reasons I don't want it is because of the lifestyle of the actors. They are not able to hold a home together from what we see with our celebrities. And I don't want that. I want to have a life with you. I want to, you know, grow old with you and all of that. This acting, I'm not very sure about this industry. The modeling, I know, I follow you for auditions and all that. But you see this acting, but I knew in my mind that I was going to act. It's something that pushes me and drives me, and I knew I would get it. So I calmed down. After a few years again, I'll throw the matter up, like, but you know now. And I lost my job, and then I was depressed. And, well, okay, so what's the next thing? I said, I want to try that audition now.
And then he was willing to accept.
And he was willing to. Okay, all right, go. Now, he was willing to because, according to his explanation, he said, you're not going from a place of desperation. You're going from a place of, this is your passion. So if you get on set and somebody says, okay, we have to sleep with you, or you know you can take a walk, you're not hungry, you just want it. And so he said, it's time for you to go because right now I know you can hold your own. And I went, and I still got it. So for young people now, it's not about giddy, 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 giddy. I must have my way. You cannot, how dare you not? It's to present your matter. And for him too. So for him, he can't buy anything without asking me to sign off on. He can't buy a pair of shoes without asking me to sign off on. So it works for both of us. So if you are married to somebody who wants you to just tell me everything you want to do before you do it so that I can prepare my mind, we can plan together. There are ways that you can use wisdom to find it, you know, respond to it. You can say, okay, come back another time. Just, we had a way as women to play around some of those things. But that argument of, you cannot tell me what to do and all, it doesn't work.
All right, let me go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
For those wondering why Schweppes changes look, experience tells us. Change is inevitable. Schweppes, made with over 200 years of experience.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy eSplash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're talking about authorization, informing, or taking permission in marriage. That's the confusion that's going on social media. And somebody sent a message here saying that the only reason why modern women refuse to take permission is because they are also breadwinners with their husbands. And if they're married to richer men, they will definitely seek permission. So there's also a perspective that, oh, it's because we are both bringing in, so why would I ask you if I want to go? I want to travel, I'm going out. But if he's the only one that is bringing in the bread and you are at his mercy, maybe you humble yourself and say, please, sir, you know how that woman knelt down beside her husband? I would like to travel to Mariam's house next week. Please, can you give me flight tickets? I want to travel, you know? So that's what this person is saying.
I disagree. So, okay. You wanted to? Yes, please. So, of course, like we always say here, you know, if there's respect in any form of, any type of relationship, marriage, friendships, whatever it is, conversations are a lot easier because you know you're coming from a place of mutual respect. Yeah. So I looked up accountability because I've used the word already a few times, and it's accountability is an acceptance of responsibility for honest and ethical conduct towards others. So I'm accountable to you, accountable to me. I'll be honest in my dealings with you. I'll be respectful in my dealings with you, and vice versa. And that is the sort of relationship we should have with our friends, and in this case, as we're talking, husband and wife. Whatever conversations we're having about anything it is that we want to have, it comes from a place of honesty and a place of respect. So when I'm saying, this path that you're on, that you want to do. I don't get it. I'm not really for it. I understand that this person is saying it from a place of honesty and respect, and also for my interests. I don't see how this works for us. Then it's my place to explain to the person. And then, in the end, the other person understands that the final decision lies with me, knowing that I'm coming also from a place of honesty and respect and for the good of the family. So once that is settled, a lot of conversations we would not even need to argue about.
Let me take this call from Ade and I'll come to GBC. Ade from London, good morning, are you there?
Good morning. Happy New Month to you, ladies.
Happy New Month.
My contribution is this. Remember, when you are in your parents' house, you can't go out without taking permission from them. And a man now comes that wants to marry you, pay necessary dues, prostrate before your parents, your family now hand over you to that man. That man automatically is your active parent. So there's no way you can go anywhere without taking permission. Because if anything happens to you, they are going to hold that man responsible. That you are the husband. Where did your wife go? Will the man now be saying that I don't know? So you have to take permission. It's not about arrogance or whatever. This is the reason some guys doesn't want to marry. People are too exposed, have too much exposure, or in a high-ranking job because of this reason. Because men like it. You must take permission. It doesn't mean you are a slave or whatever. You must take permission from your husband for your own protection. You need his blessing for wherever you are going. Because it's your husband. He has paid you.
Fantastic.
Amos 3:3. Can two work together except they agree? What I see when it comes to informing and permission is that we must agree before an action is carried out. That's why we are playing for the same team. Don't just inform. So let me use myself, for instance. I wouldn't be happy if, as I'm sitting here, Oga just calls me that I'm heading to the airport. I have to be in Abuja for the weekend. I'll see you next week. He has informed me. I won't be happy if it happens to me. And so I don't expect him to be happy if I just pick my bag and say I'm going. Because the truth is, there's always a thin line between what is good for the family, what is the greater good. We've seen women who, over the years, they are back to back, traveling, leaving their home at the mercy of the kids, the help and everything, just because they can up and go and without taking proper, and you think the men are happy. The men are not happy. But, well, probably the woman is making more money and, well, we're
She's
running
meeting with governors and MDs.
She her career and all that. And on the long run, you see how those sort of marriages pan out. But if you sit down and have a conversation, I'm going to so-so and so-so place, and you agree, you say, okay, this place you are going to right now, do you think is the right time? Do you think you can keep it? Do you think you can go? Just have that conversation out of respect and find yourselves on the same page before you take that action. That's where my problem is. So if you feel, okay, after I've explained to you, you have told me you don't want, I've told you I want, you've told me you don't want, I told you I want, you should allow me to now do that thing that does not make you happy. I think that's where we are beginning to miss it.
Let me take it from morning from, are you there? I'll come to Mr. Theo in a minute.
Yes, I'm here. Good
yes,
morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay, I want to really thank the last caller from London for what he said.
Yes.
Because most times marriages now fail because we don't get to know the principles. Hello?
We can hear
you. Can you reduce your TV volume?
Okay. Okay, I really want to thank the last caller from London that said something about taking permission from your husband before you go out, because he is like your head. I mean, we work and we are in several establishments, and we obey our superiors. We take permission from them. It's not out of place for us to also obey our husbands. And we see it as being recognized while we are doing this thing. And we find out that the Western people that we have copied, breaking out of marriage and getting married again, and now it has become a norm that people don't respect their husband. If we do that, we are teaching our young daughters to also do the same thing. That was what we learned from our parents. That was what we learned from our mothers. I don't see the reason why a woman cannot take permission from her husband before doing anything. It's only pride to captain in any boat.
Right.
We all have our place. We are the neck, and he's the head. And if we're able to turn that neck gently, the head will obey us.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ifeoma. Fantastic. Let me bring in Mr. Theo. Akatugba in this conversation. Mr. Theo, are you there?
Yes, I'm right here.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us. Listen,
This
this
beautiful
is
morning.
yes, this is trending on social media, and it's because a lot of young people feel that they've passed that stage of asking for permission. That we're modern, where we have mutual respect for each other. If I need to go, I gotta go. Do I need to start asking for permission? What do you say to people like that?
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. What I want to say is that the young ones are learning from the wrong places. Those who are teaching them are causing them heartache and pains.
Yeah.
Marriage is a creed, it's an institution designed by God Almighty for the enjoyment of man, for man to progress, for man to have peace. But they are bringing in doctrines of devils into the marriage institution.
Jesus.
For a Christian who married properly, authority of your husband is a spiritual requirement. If you do not recognize it, your marriage is less than acceptable in the divine realm. There are secular marriages, marriages of those who are unbelievers. They will argue with one another and speak English of mutual respect. The word mutual respect is not to mean that you do not recognize the authority of one another. I say marriage is a privilege, and the things we do there is a privilege. So husband is the head of the marriage, meaning is in authority. If for any reason he withholds permission from a woman, and a woman does not accept it, it means she's not submissive to him. So taking permission from your husband is a recognition of his authority.
Interesting.
Interesting. So, okay, I just wanted to, clarify a few things. So, BC mentioned that when you take permission, or if you don't take permission, you just inform, or someone calls you from the airport, I'm off. What I am saying is that you take account, you're accountable to each other. Meaning, I will call you and let you know of my trip to that airport, because of my trip to the airport and where I'm going, and give you the reasons why. And you may be uncomfortable with it, but it would not necessarily stop me from taking that. But I have been accountable to you. You understand what I'm doing and why I am doing it. Full stop. It is not the same as saying, I'm not going to inform the person, I'm not going to talk to the person, I'm not going to tell the person anything, I do not respect the person. Accountability is even much more, it comes from a place of
higher level of respect.
Yes, higher level of respect than permission. Permission is authoritative, dictatorial. I am putting it on you whether you like it or not, whether it benefits you or the whole family, whether it benefits you or does not benefit you, or whether it benefits you or the whole family. I do not want you to do it no matter what.
Right.
That is permission. Accountability is that you both agree to do it. I guess maybe it's really some, English word, but for me, this is how I understand it. And it's important also, one more thing, just to clear it. With children, there's a point where your children, they'll say something. You say, no, you can't do this. No, I refuse for you to do this. And like, why, mommy? You live under my roof. I pay the bills. You do that. But there's an age a child will reach, will not come and ask for your permission. The most you will do as a parent is to advise. Because you've already trusted, you've raised this child enough to understand values, and you respect the child that has been brought up in your home to make some decisions for themselves, even if at that point you don't understand it and you don't totally agree with, but they're adults enough to make that decision for themselves.
Okay, Mr. Akatugba, would you like to respond to that?
Okay, there is something I'd like to clear there. She's speaking as she's informing her husband as a means of accountability. A wife does not inform a husband of her action, especially any action that requires her going out of a secured or a controlled area, or area out of the view of the husband in which she will interact with others. If a wife does not ask, if you just inform him, that's not what you call accountability. That's not what you call respect. Respect means you seek his permission, especially when you are going to undertake activities for which he will be held responsible if anything goes wrong. Because you are moving, making a trip, visiting someone, being away from where he is in control. If you just tell him with the expectation that he must approve, you will be acting wrongly, because when he tells you, by spiritual influence that my wife, I don't want you to go that place. Your husband is the head. God influences him to lead the home. There are times you might think what you're about to do is the best, but God will lay it upon him as the man in authority to act. For example, in the story of Lot, when God wanted to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, he went and sent the angels to speak to Lot, not to the wife. And when Lot wanted to speak to his son-in-laws, he didn't speak to the daughters. God spoke to the husband, Lot, and told Lot what to tell his wife. That is how God works. So a lot of women today think the knowledge that we have is what we use. No, God is involved in our lives. And he has put a man authority to preside over his family for the good of the family. So let us not think that...
Mr. Theo, let me stay with you for a second. So can we also flip it, where a man should take permission also? Because listen, I'm supposed to be taking care of him. I'm his so-called mother or so, his wife and his whatever, his neck, right? So he should also take permission from me before he goes out, shouldn't he?
I agree with you that the word permission means a man is not taking permission in the true sense, because you might not be able to withhold decision from him. You are not in authority to tell him not to go.
You've entered the net, you shouldn't go, Mr. Theo Akatugba. Let us start again. Let me rephrase my question. Maybe you didn't understand.
He's able to veto your decision. That's why he's not a figurehead. He is a spiritual head. He is the head as Christ is the head of the church.
Yes, sir.
He's not just a head how society think is the head. He is head in a spiritual form, meaning God will hold him accountable. You cannot prevent. When Abraham told Sarah, we are moving, Sarah did not say don't. God does not expect Abraham to take permission. When he said sacrifice Isaac, he did not consult the wife. We are living in a world where secular behavior appear to be our faith. Let us be a bit mindful.
Okay, let me pause you for a second. Let me get a few more questions for you, Mr. Theo.
I've agreed with you for the longest time till this moment. Now, one of the reasons why we have this young generation not want to understand taking permission is because they feel they are at a disadvantage. They are at a disadvantage. They feel because it's a patriarchal system, everything has to be the man. The man will say, the man will authorize, the man would have lived through my parents' home. I'm now entering my husband's house, and then I still need him to tell me what to do, what not to do. And so they run away from it. Now, I personally take permission for every action that I want to take. You know why it's easy for me? Because he takes the same permission for every action he wants to take. So I see it as it's a normal thing. Before I do this, I'll let him know, we'll talk about it, we'll agree, he gives me his blessings. Before he does his, we discuss it, I give him. And so far he has helped me avoid falling into pit holes that would have hurt me. And I've also helped him avoid falling into pit holes that would have hurt him. Like, thank God you told me not to go on that trip. Oh, thank God you told me not to do this. So it's, the balance is there. And that's why it's fun for me to say, I will take permission, I take permission, because it's working. But there are women who we know that their husbands do not naturally want their good, will not let them do things that will uplift them. And you keep wanting them to take permission because the man is supposed to be the head. How do we separate that, sir?
Well, it is unfortunate to say that there is a man who doesn't want the good of his wife. It means that she's married to the devil. A man is to love his wife. And when you love a woman, you want her good. But if they fall into a situation where the man doesn't want her good, the man might have been prevented from wanting her good for obvious reason or spiritual reason. But permission from your husband is not conditioned upon whether he likes you or doesn't like you. The mere fact that you accepted his lordship, his headship over you, is enough. Marriage is a marriage of two people where one is head, one is a subject. The wife is subject to her husband, and that she should obey her husband so that the word of God is not blasphemed. I'm reading to you the Bible. The Bible says in Ephesians chapter 5, verse 33, that a wife should defer to her husband at all times and see to it that she respects him. So if a man gives an instruction,
Mr. Akatugba, I get that. I think we've been taught this all our lives. Trust me, every woman learned this. Yeah, but there's a point I want. There's a point I want us to focus on, sir.
Okay.
There's a point I want us to focus on, because you said something. Yes, we understand this issue of lordship. He's a head. No doubt about that. But we found that today there are lots of lords of marriages who are leading their marriage in the wrong path. where they are bad leaders, where they are bad decision makers. Their marriages are going south because of their wrong decisions. So in that situation, a lot of women have come to step up late. Now they're working more, 2 jobs, 3 jobs. They're actually the ones, the breadwinners in their homes. In this situation, in this regard, how therefore does a woman who needs, he's the head of the house, but in today's times, you find a lot of women are finding it struggling to take permission from a man who hasn't shown leadership. You know, respect is something you earn. So that man doesn't have that respect. How do you take permission from somebody that is just lazing around?
A man does not have sense.
This is you see the point of making a decision to be a wife. It has been said that it's one of the most critical decisions of a woman's life, and it should not be trivialized or trifled with. A lot of women dance into marriage. They do not watch and take cognizance of who they are marrying. If you have a husband who seems to have fallen below the standard of respect, God says you can only win him over by your good conduct, not by disobedience, by antagonism. God did not bless you in order to disobey his word. If a woman doesn't respect her husband, the person blasphemes the word of God, and God cannot elevate you with wealth to begin to disobey your husband. The blessings of God bring us joy. It doesn't make a woman to be divorced. So a lot of women who are today, don't let husbands think that when a woman is financially okay, she's now in a position to antagonize and fight. Otherwise, many men will block their wife's progress. A woman is set for blessing. A woman can be blessed to be the richest woman in the world, the richest person in the world, so long as she's not such that we endanger or blaspheme the word of God. So non-Christians might not understand what I'm saying. Unbelievers might think that doing what you like and using knowledge and PhD or a master's degree and financially better to be determining who is head of home. They soon cry. They soon cry, you know, they cry.
Okay, let me get it from you.
So for me, this makes my point about permission, where it is determined whether it's beneficial to the family or not, and the part of accountability and respect. Because with permission, it is even conditional, where it is about, oh, if I make more money than my husband, if I have the master's and PhD degrees that you keep referring to, if I have got all these things much better than my husband, why should I now take permission from him? But the way accountability works is not about how much more I have more than my husband or my husband has more than me. It's mutual respect. We're in a team and we're working together for our good. And so no matter where you are financially, no matter who it is that brings in more money, we will sit down together and discuss this decision we're about to take with respect, with mutual respect for each other, understanding that in the end, this must benefit both of us. And so I stand on the part of accountability anytime and any day. And you know what? When we try to make example of modern people and how they are making their decisions, we should not take the good qualities and make it look like that is the cause of bad behavior, or that should be a punishment, should come with punishment. To constantly refer to someone being educated, has PhD, as finally they will get theirs, I think that it sends the wrong message, because there are powerful Christian women who have PhDs and all over the world, and they are still good, accountable wives to their husbands.
Look, you gave me an example. You mentioned that the woman is able to, she provides for her, she has money. You see, that's what I'm saying. Let us discuss what the responsibility is, the role of husband and wife, and why they call a husband a head. Today's generation misunderstand it. They are doing vice versa. They are doing what's good for the goose, good for the gander. So marriage is challenged. The husband is a spiritual being. The wife is a spiritual being. They understand their roles. Once something is wrong, they understand. Even if they are speaking known and understandable language, their spirit speaketh the truth. And they know that I am husband, you are wife. This word is spiritual. And God demands that without respect, a man will be confused. Without love, a woman will be confused. So a man is to love. Accountability is different from permission. Accountability is anything I'm doing, I will let my wife understand why I do it. It's different from respect and permission. Permission is, I want to do this. You feel it's good, but the husband says, I feel it's not good. Please do not. That decision is a veto of your choice. How you accept it is what you call the quality of your submission. So we accept it readily and easily. Others, we accept it with grudge and resentment. Others, we disobey. There are different levels of submission.
Interesting.
Interesting. That's awesome. Also, you mentioned, you kept comparing unbelievers and believers, but I beg to differ because I have seen the people we call unbelievers who have been able to hold their home for years. Like they have had a very flourishing marital relationship. And for me, it's about the fact that the sun shines on both the man and woman, the just and evil, the wicked and the good, the same way the moon. So there are certain marriage laws of the universe that whether you are a Christian or a Muslim or a traditionalist or a nothing, if you follow those laws of the universe, you will still have a beautiful marriage. So when you kept comparing unbelievers, and I think for me, it just speaks to everybody is not a Christian. So take, for instance, you're giving me this advice and I am not a Christian. How would you advise me that I am not a Christian on how to either submit or take permission or not take permission, removing Christianity right now, sir?
Thank you very much for that. The word unbeliever refers to those who believe in a supreme God who has handed us down this institution. In the Quran, they are believers. In Hindu, they are believers. I'm talking of those who believe in secularity. People tell me they don't believe in divinity. They don't believe in any regulation, that we are a product of sperm and egg and we just were produced. What I'm saying is the word unbeliever means those who believe in the origin of marriage and the creator and his manual. I'm sorry if I use the word just Christian. Unbeliever there means those who do not accept any standard outside of themselves. A husband and wife say we don't believe in any influence other than what two of us are speaking to ourselves. So we are using argument of law, knowledge. I am like a wife is telling the husband is speaking. No one is recognizing that out of these two voices, one is a final authority, because no matter how compromising a husband and wife, there will be a point where there will be disagreement. Who then takes the final vote?
Fantastic. We have to go on a break. When I come back, we'll continue this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC Communications story.
Thanks for staying with us. So I am told we have a caller. Mr. Churchill, good morning. Are you there?
Good morning to you, Morayo. Good morning to the rest of you there.
Good morning.
I'm still here. What an interesting topic.
Yes.
Well, I'm a second-time caller.
Welcome to
I
the
was not
show.
asked for yesterday when I called, and I'm not happy with that.
Oh, so we didn't
So
we didn't hear.
It's an interesting topic today.
Yes.
You understand? And I want to make my contribution.
Okay.
Please, I want to say, first of all, that a man, thank you so much. I want to say that a man should not be an autocratic husband.
Thank you.
Even though we believe, you understand, that the man is the head of the home. Are you hearing me clearly, please?
We can hear you clearly. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Even though we believe that the man is the head of the home according to the holy books, yes, it is true. The man is the head, but the man should not be autocratic. You know what I mean by autocratic? Yes. I'm a government teacher. I teach government too, even though I teach history. History is my major passion. That's my major subject. But I've learned about history and government that autocracy does not work well in any way. It's never the best, and it will never be the best form of government. You understand? A man should be a listening husband. He should not just stop his wife from going to a particular place where the wife wants to go if there is no clear-cut and understandable reason. You know, some men have abused this opportunity. I don't want you to go there. Don't go. You must not go. Okay, what is the reason?
Nothing.
What is the reason? The man should be able to make his wife understand the reason. And the reason should not be a selfish reason. I really applaud the pastor that has been speaking since. He brought the biblical point of view to it and the biblical angle to it, that the man is the head of the home and the woman must always seek permission from the husband. Yes, it is true. But whereby in a case the woman seeks permission from the husband and the man has no clear, understandable, good reason for which he doesn't want the wife to go. You understand what I'm saying? And then the woman feels, then automatically he has turned the woman to a slave. I'm a man also. I'm a man also, and I understand the woman being point of view. I'm not saying the man point of view, the woman being point of view, because women too are human beings.
Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Mr. Churchill.
Thank you.
You know, yes, I was going to, Mr. Theo, are you still there?
I am here with you.
So let me give you an example. So a woman who is making a lot of money, she's trying to make investments for the family. The husband maybe doesn't have a very good job. And she's saying, okay, we have this amount of million naira. I want to invest in this property so that we can make money for our kids' school fees. And he says no. And his reason is because, listen, he wants to buy a new car for himself. He needs a car that he can't afford. So he's making bad decisions. But she is the wife. And she's saying, we need to invest this money for our children's school fees. In that kind of situation, does she resist herself from going further with the investment because she hasn't gotten the permission to do it? Or does she just do it regardless?
I also have a few more examples just to add so that you can answer all at once.
I want you to add one more example so you can add
a couple of examples that we've discussed on this table, just so that it's more relatable to people. We've discussed a situation where a woman got married, and a few months after they got married, she got a better paying job, almost, I think, 5 times what he earned. And he did not want her to take that job. It would have meant them moving from where they were, but it was going to help them immensely. And his reason was that he is the head of the house. She could not be earning more than him. In that situation, what is she supposed to do as he is the Lord and head of the home? And we have another one we discussed here of almost similar to yours. A woman was trying to build a house. He did not like the fact that she was the one that had the resources to make those investments on behalf of the family, and he said she should stop. And in that case, there was a conversation. As the lordship and headship that he stands for, what should she have done in that case?
Thank you very much for this beautiful question. Let me take the first one. The decision of the man is very, very unwise, the one of buying a car. Since the money belongs to the woman, she should keep the money in the bank and do not go ahead with the investment that she has not been permitted to do, so that the friction and the problem will not continue. She should stay action, but do not release the money to buy a car for personal use, a car that will be a liability. She should continue to pursue the husband while the money continue to enjoy more proceeds in the bank. But she should not go ahead and disobey the husband. That's one. And second, the man who said the wife cannot progress because he too is not progressing, that is a very negative picture, very bad man. You see, all of these problems are always resolved when you observe the man you are marrying very well and you have good conversation. Well, haven't been in the marriage and this comes. The woman is unfortunate that the man is depriving his own family of progress because of his own condition. In that respect, the woman, you see, let me tell you, there's a thin line. Disobedience of a husband, the result and the problem cannot be today. It might be 10 years, 5 years' time. A man is always going to look for an excuse to punish or fight his wife for disobedience. And when he brings it to the public court, he disobeyed me. That's why this happened. People will tend to believe. So I like to say that one is very unfortunate. I do not know. I feel the wife should take the job and find family members to persuade the husband to understand. Maybe she's not very good when she's financially better. Maybe the man is afraid of her conduct, that she's somebody that once money comes into her hand, she mistreats or disregards the husband. Let us also check what is her character in wealth, in prosperity. Then the last one talks about the building of a house, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's about building of a house.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
A man that prevents his wife from making progress because of fear that the woman will become better and bigger than him, such a man has a deep spiritual problem. The prosperity of a wife should not threaten or disturb a husband. If the wife has been seen to be such that we remain submissive, irrespective of our prosperity. We have great women today in our society. The wealthiest black woman, the wealthiest, a lot of very big board. We have Okonjo, we have a lot of them. We have Lolala. We have stories of women who have achieved pinnacle of success, and they remain good examples of it.
Sir.
And I think that this is what matters. So I believe success of a woman will never be a threat to a man to the extent of stopping her because you do not know the destiny you have married into.
All right, Mr. Sir, so what I hear now is when the man says, I need this money for the car, and you know that it's not for the good of the family, you should stay the action. Is that not disobedience? That's one. Because he has asked you to give... No, wait, sir, let me land. He has asked you to give him money to buy the car. And you say, no, this is for investment. And he's insisting. And then you decide to keep the money. You're not investing. You're not giving him for the car. Isn't this disobedience? That's one. Secondly, what I get from you is that women should work best on the situations that they have. So everybody's supposed to use their brain. If unfortunately you are married to a stupid man, you need to devise a way to go around it. So there are no blanket rules in disobedience and permission from your explanation, sir.
No, there are wisdom. Everything is wisdom. Even we as human beings, we have used wisdom to disobey God. God said do not have sex before marriage. But you have used some wisdom once in a while. You've had sex and then later you confirm marriage. Some got pregnant. So let us know that there is wisdom in everything. You remember the story of Naboth, the woman, Abigail, that the husband was behaving foolishly. She went ahead to defend the husband and told David that the husband was a fool. But she never told the husband to his face that he was a fool. She acted wisely, protected the husband, and averted danger. But in the meantime, the husband did not regard her as disrespectful. You have to use wisdom.
Okay, I gotta go. Thank you, Mr. Akatugba. You have the answer to everything, but no problem. We have to wrap up. Thank you very much, Mr. Akatugba, for joining us this morning. It was a pleasure having you on the show.
Use wisdom for your
Let's go on a break now. When we come back, we're going to bring in our guest. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversation. Thanks for staying with us. So join us on the show is a successful Nigerian-born British professional boxer who has held the WBO cruiserweight title since 2021. At the regional level, he held the Commonwealth cruiserweight title from 2018 to 2019 and the British and European cruiserweight titles separately in 2019. Welcome with us, Lawrence Okoli in the building. I know you're running in the UK, but to Nigerian parents.
Yes, yes.
So how does it feel being such an accomplished boxer?
It's great, you know, in terms of, you know, being able to, you know, show my mum and dad you know, what I've been able to accomplish, and, you know, for me, it's a blessing.
How did the journey to boxing start? Were you practicing as a child, or did you learn it from your parents? How did that journey begin?
No, I actually started quite late. I started at like 18 years old. I think, yeah, because I was overweight and I was working at McDonald's and dealing with some bullying stuff. So, yeah, then I watched Anthony Joshua win the Olympics in 2012. Yeah, and then from there, I started training and then managed to go to the 2016 Olympics in Rio. And then from there, you know, we just managed to, you know, win a few things.
So how did that solve the issue of bullying?
Well,
You're not allowed to hit somebody.
You're not allowed to hit anyone, but I think a lot of it comes down to self-confidence as well. So once I started training and believing more in myself, certain things that I was accepting, I wouldn't accept. Maybe not with violence, but just with my character. So yeah, that's what happened.
You know, someone looking at you, you're 6'5"?
6'5", yeah.
Good. And first thought would be you'll be a basketballer. And, you know, usually we hear, I don't know much about boxing, but some of the ones we see, they're like not so tall and they're faster on their legs and things like that. Has that, your height helped you? How does that work?
I think so. I think it depends on each person. I use it because, you know, I've got long arms, so I can keep people at distance. And, yeah, everyone's different. Some fighters are good short, some fighters are good tall, so I've just been blessed.
But did you try basketball at any time?
I tried. I wasn't good at sports when I was younger. Like, I wasn't, so I tried basketball, tried football, all that stuff, but
so
it never worked.
worth $3 million. Wow. That is not, that's not change.
That's not being simple.
That's some real cash right there.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So how does it feel like, you know, you're able to, I mean, you get paid. How do you get paid? I mean, is it after the championships or just for the regular boxing bouts that you do?
Yeah, it depends, really. I get paid in different ways. I think, obviously, boxing is one avenue, but, you know, there's business stuff and all the other endorsements, but I think that's just a byproduct of hard work and dedication.
So what's your relationship with other boxers? Everybody here knows Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
Do you know him? Do you have a personal
Yeah, no, me and him are close. You know, we train together. I'm part of the same management, and like even down to my last fight, him and Israel Adesanya, the MMA champion, did my ring walk to the ring. So we're all close. I think where we're all Nigerian as well, we get that sort of common ground with being world champion fighters. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, so, you know, I sometimes ask, you're young, you're accomplished, and then I wonder, does this come in the way of, let's say, further education? Have you gone to school? Have you done university? Because I have a son he's 10, and he wants to be a footballer, but I also want him to go to school. How has your journey been? Yeah,
it's been good. I think the main thing is finding a balance between the two, because you don't want to tell someone they can't do a sport or can't do something because of education. But my, obviously, dad's a lawyer and my mum's a social worker, so they were always drilling to me, make sure you go to school, whatever. So I was fortunate that I had a scholarship for boxing with my university at the time, and then even now I've got an honorary doctorate. So they took the stuff that I've done in sports and merged it with things. So yeah, it's been good. I always thought you should have a plan B, but I was so fortunate with my plan A.
What are you doing in Nigeria?
Say that again?
What are you doing in Nigeria? Just touring the world, or?
Yeah, no, not touring the world. I think it was important because I haven't been back in so many years to come. And for me, the most important thing was to connect and see what the actual infrastructure and stuff is like with the boxing. Because I feel like I've been very fortunate in England and, you know, with the stuff that I've done. But a lot of people that I've met that are Nigerian boxers that have come to England, they're really good, but they haven't got any profile or any sort of support. So I think it's, for me, I didn't want to come and just be financial. I wanted it to be like what can actually be done in terms of the infrastructure, in terms of the training, in terms of like actually setting up fights. But I said I can only come and see it myself before I know what the actual plan would be.
So what have you seen so far?
So right now we came a couple of days ago, so we're meeting the commission tomorrow, and then we're meeting some of the local boxers on Sunday. So I'm really getting nitty-gritty in the next few days.
So let me ask you, how Nigerian are you? What are some of the things that inspire you about being Nigerian? What's your favorite Nigerian food? Are you that Oyibo-ish? Do you speak any local language? Anything?
So I understand Yoruba, even though obviously my dad is Igbo. But yeah, I feel, in terms of that, I think in London especially, there's a massive like Nigerian sort of community. So we always have that sort of connection. And as I said, my parents were always drilling into me and my siblings, you're Nigerian, so, you know, that always stayed. And I think in terms, I forgot your other question. Oh, yeah, that one would have to be pounded jam, definitely.
What's it?
Egusi, of course, yeah. I mean, it's just, yeah.
I always hear that going to London is like going to Ikeja. It's a huge community of Nigerians there. But what is training for a boxer like? Because sometimes you start to watch these movies, you know, and you're thinking, oh my God, it's so strenuous. What is it like training?
No, it is hard. It is hard. It's very, very emotionally and physically difficult because I enjoy food. I enjoy, you know, hanging out with my friends and stuff like that. But when it comes to training, you take months off where all you're doing is training 2-3 times a day.
What time do you wake up in the morning? How long do you jog?
Yeah, so I'd wake up. Yeah, so I wake up. Depends on the day, 7, whatever, and then you go straight for a run or something in the morning without eating. You have a little bit of breakfast, go do another boxing session, eat, rest, and then do weights. So the whole day you're just training.
Okay, let me ask you. We're going to quick break. When we come back, we continue this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1...
askew, some teeth missing, fingers jacked up, but you even have really long, lean fingers. How did you keep everything intact?
I've just been fortunate not to, sorry, that made me shy. I'm fortunate not to have taken too much damage. And yeah, my mum, she was obviously very supportive, but I think she still finds it difficult to actually watch me fight. Yeah, so she sometimes gets to shit with someone at home, but she can never come to the
how do those punches feel like somebody hitting your face? Like, I always, you know how they do the slow motion?
Yeah.
You're like, why?
Yeah, no, to be honest, you never really feel it at the time. And you condition yourself, because I train every day, you get used to the actual fighting. So you never really register it, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So let's talk about the discipline of your profession.
Yeah.
You know, we've been on this path to helping people understand that violence is not the way.
Yeah.
And I know that for a profession like yours, there are very strict rules.
In a particular way, so.
You just take the slap and then chill.
Yeah, I mean, they tell us that we're meant to run away, actually. If you're meant to run away. If someone attacks you, you're meant to run, because if you engage, you can really hurt someone, so it's not worth it, really.
So are there any fights coming up for you this year? Should we look out for Lawrence Okoli?
Yeah, no, I've got, God willing, 2 more fights this year, so the next one will be June, July, where I'll be looking to get 1 more of these, and then after that, yeah, we'll see what can happen with the heavyweights.
So the next question is usually Mariah's forte. She likes to find out, who are you seeing? Who is seeing you in your love life?
I can't be fine like this and not be seeing anyone.
Yes.
Oh, listen, I just think in life, I've learned that you have to keep that side separate from the thing. But I'm sorry, I have to be boring in this scenario.
So you're single right now?
Once again, I think you have to keep that side separate from the other side.
So are you a bling bling guy? Because I see you with jewelry and all that.
Sometimes, just a little bit, splash here and there, not too much.
What do you do for fun? Do you go clubbing, hanging out with friends, or you just a nice, quiet guy?
It depends. I think here I'm gonna go clubbing. I need to see what that's like as well in Nigeria. But usually, because of the training, I'm not really out too much. I've got the same group of friends and family that I stay with the whole time, because I think a lot of times when you start getting success, new people want to come around, so I'm just kind of careful of that.
Hey, you're a rapper?
Sometimes, a little bit.
She used to be a rapper, I don't know.
Used to be, yeah.
Nice.
I dropped it. It didn't pay me.
Right. Oh, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
You understand, right?
I hear you.
The hustle is real.
Yeah. So help me understand what your daily routine is. So sometimes we struggle with trying to build a healthy habit.
Yeah.
Probably you want to lose weight, you want to have like a bikini body.
Yeah.
What's your routine from the start when you wake up in the morning till you go to bed?
Well, fortunately, I have an app, it's Okoli Fit, so I just stick to that. It's just very much when you wake up, get your cardio in the morning, then you eat. So when you train in the morning without eating, you burn more fat, I find anyway, and you burn more calories. Then you eat, then I go and I get another training session in of boxing, where it's a lot more physical, a lot more intense. Rest, eat, and then I do weights. So yeah, that's it. So I do that for maybe 2.5, 3 months to have the fight. Then I have a month to rest, and then we go again.
But you're not very bulky.
Yeah, no, it's more lean. Yeah, I think that's my thing, is being tall and athletic. Yeah.
So I noticed that people like you don't travel alone. You always have like an entourage of people around you. What do they do? What are those people?
I don't really have a big entourage, in my opinion. But the people that I go with are long-term friends and people who have value in terms of like management or creative direction or whatever. So I think I'm not really a fan of like just handouts. I like people to bring value, and then I bring value to them.
Okay, talking about workouts again. So I like to think that I am very good at skipping. Like I can do 3,000 at a go. How many can you do in 5 minutes?
I don't ever count. I just go. But skipping's the main thing in boxing cardio. So I'm alright at it. I'm alright.
So
my highest has ever been
1,000.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I've never
counted. My highest was 500.
500.
My life.
Never stop from somewhere.
I get
But I
tired.
stopped long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh, so really, you're not going to tell us if there's anybody in your dating?
Not right now. Maybe.
Okay, but do you do foreigners? Do you do non-blacks?
Hey, what?
I'm not. Honestly, it's not really my type. I'm mainly
So
like
you do black?
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah,
That's a good thing. That's a good start.
Oh,
all right, nice.
You have somebody for him? Well, we go that out of you somehow.
All right, so is there anything else you want to tell us about your trip in Nigeria so we can look out for you? Anything else you're doing?
No, not really. I think anything else I'll just announce on my Instagram or whatever else. So just happy to be here.
I hear you're an author. You have a book?
Yes, I do, yeah.
She's a published author too, so nice.
She's just an amazing
rapper. You know, you guys are in the same. Tell us about your book.
The book is actually one of my favorite things that I've done. It's called Dare to Change Your Life. It's basically 41.
Dare to Change Your Life.
Dare to Change Your Life, because, you know, I worked in McDonald's, was overweight, bullied, and then managed to
I
become a
wish
world
you came with
champion.
pictures with your overweight. You keep talking about this overweight.
Yeah, no,
I would have loved to see a picture of it.
Yeah, sorry.
That'd be really nice to see it, what you look like.
Yes, I don't have any on me right now. But
So some of us are trying to lose weight, so we'd like to learn from you. So how did you do that switch? Where you're bullied, depression, you're upset about being overweight, and then at what moment did you make that switch, that turn, and we're consistent and disciplined to follow through?
That's what it was. I think I just had the mindset switch and just stuck to it. And I think the more that I did, the more results that I got, and then the more results, the more I wanted to do it. So I just kept it up, and that's what I kind of go into in the book. It's just about, you know, the little things of discipline, not being jealous of others. You know, I think the main thing as well is accountability and belief. So if you believe in yourself, you'll be able to make hard choices that you wouldn't want to make. So, for example, I'm going to get up and train. I'm going to do it because I believe I'm going to lose the weight or I'm going to be a champion. So you do that, and accountability as well is good. So, you know, you guys are all fun. So, so you not to be shy or upset that someone says to you, oh, you haven't trained today, or today I wanted to eat sweets and chocolates.
So you do sweets and chocolates sometimes?
I enjoy foods, but that's why I have people around that are, that's enough. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So
we have to go, I have to run.
We can't go without talking about these belts.
Yes, so.
Where did you win them?
These are just over the course of my career. So this is the world title, the WBO one. It's my favorite one. This is the Commonwealth, European, and WBA Intercontinental World title.
Why is this your favorite one?
Because this one's the hardest one to get. It's the world.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We gotta go, but you gotta drop some rap for us. We have to.
I've also given it a little break, but my friend wants me to get back on it. But once I'm back again, I'll
remember
make sure.
his 1, 2, or 2 lines.
Listen, I'll be back to do it properly.
Uncle.
I agree with you. I can't remember any lines.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
So we'll look out for you June, July.
June, July.
The next fight. Okay, great.
Thank you.
All right, that's all we can take. We'll be speaking with Mr. Lawrence Okoli. He's a boxer, cruiserweight championship. Fantastic. Have a fabulous weekend. We'll see you Monday. Bye for now.